All right, hello. Welcome back to Afternoon Drive here on Joppa Radio. My name is Drew Moholland. Hope you're all having a good Thursday. What is it today? Tuesday? Today's Tuesday, and it's beautiful out. It's like 60 degrees. Fantastic. This is the last show before Thanksgiving, so everybody, thank you for your support up until now. We'll see you after the break, and we'll come back and take you into the holidays and all that good stuff. I'm not sure what the holiday schedule looks like at the moment, but we'll figure that out next week and do all that. Caleb Noble has returned from God knows where. He was all over the country doing weird things, so maybe we'll bring him in at the end to talk about that later. Lily Doucette is here, Tyler Neufeld, the whole gang, Sarah Hayden, so the whole crew on hand for a nice show to start the week and end the week with just one show this week, so that'll be it. Enjoy your Thanksgiving if I don't say that enough throughout the show. Let's get right to my guest for the day. I'm going to full disclosure right off the bat here. The Danvers Falcons, Division II North volleyball squad in the house. But the first time ever, one of my family members is in the building here. So hello, Carly. We'll get that right out of the way. Carly Goodhue. Hang on. Sorry, I should turn your mic on first. There you go. Yes, the first ever family member. Hello, Carly. There you go. This is your team. Why don't you introduce yourself, everybody? Grab the mic, say hello, give me your name, where you're from, say something interesting.
I'm Megan Murphy. I'm a junior
at
Danvers, and my favorite color is blue.
Oh no, we play that game later. That's interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's part of our rapid fire game.
Say my favorite color?
You don't have to. You can.
Hi, my name is Shayla Saad. I'm a junior from Danvers.
All right. And back here, we got a big crowd today.
Hi, I'm Lily Eldridge. I'm from.
They forget their names.
She's
sometimes.
from Danvers, and it's hysterical. Coach, how are you?
Well, thanks for having us, Drew. George Lavasser.
Coach George Lavasser. Coach, what a group you had this year, huh?
Yeah, we had a great run. Great group of kids.
Unbelievable. Are they always this happy?
This is normally the amount of tears that we have in our gym, for better or for worse.
Well, let's talk. I'll let you start things off here because obviously your run ended about a week or two ago, but whenever that game was. But what an unbelievable season. D2 North champions, and just what was it like coaching this team all the way through?
It was a great run. We had a great group of kids this year. Yeah. So we have 5 on our coaching staff, and we looked at what we had this year in terms of skill level and age. We only had 2 seniors, and we knew that we were going to be good. Even we didn't really think we were going to go as far as we did.
Is that true?
It is unfortunately true. Looking at what we had, I mean, we knew that we were going to be strong, but to go 20-0 was something that you never predict for the regular season, and then to make it to a state championship is something you always hope for as a coach, but to get that far was definitely a little bit beyond belief preseason.
Were you worried a little bit about once you got to the state tournament about kind of the lack of being tested, because you really did run through the league pretty well?
Yeah, a little bit. But honestly, most of our challenges came from inside our own gym this year. We had a couple tough contests throughout the regular season.
Right.
We had Andover twice, who's, a perennial powerhouse in our area anyways. And then we had Masco, who's coming into our conference that we're excited about for next year. But these girls challenge each other throughout the year, more at practice time. And on my staff alone, I have a former D1 player and somebody that just represented the United States at the Pan Am Maccabee Games.
Oh, that's not bad.
So we definitely had some skill in our gym that pushed them to be better throughout the year. So.
All right, let's start in the back here with Lily, because Lily, you could barely get through your name, so we can work on this a little bit. Stand up, get close to that mic. So, how close was this team, Lily? It seems like you were all best friends. Y'all can't stop laughing together. This is hysterical.
I've been asked this before.
You know how to handle this question.
Yeah.
We think.
She knows how not to handle it.
Our team is really close together. We spend every day of the week together, and we're just like a whole family.
Okay. Shayla, did you ever get sick of each other?
Not yet.
Not yet? It might be today. Is that what?
No, I don't think so. They're pretty cool.
Very good. Megan, how about the one thing I was laughing about actually in your final game? I was like, these are like the most stressful moments. I was like, everybody in the crowd was nervous for all of you. And was it the Hokey Pokey that I saw on the court? Was that right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Whose idea was that?
I think it originated just because we always, whenever we're nervous or whenever we go into a big game like that, especially in the postseason, we decided to do dance parties. It was just a way to get the nerves off and just be who we are. We were all goofy. It was just fun.
You're all goofy.
And we were all in a tense place at that time because we were down a few points. It was the first set, and so we were all just you know what? we're gonna do the Hokey Pokey.
Yeah, Carly, I think
Sport.
the other team was looking at you all like you were a little bit crazy. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet other teams that definitely think we're crazy.
The whole game, though, almost every game I watched you girls did a good job of like staying loose, though. I thought that was good. Like, was there ever really any nervous points, or were you all just telling each other to relax?
Oh, well, at the beginning, oh my God, we were so nervous. Like,
A lot of
everyone
people.
was so nervous.
Really?
Yeah. I know I was really nervous. So, yeah. But I think we took some deep breaths and we calmed down.
We had the Newburyport volleyball team in here at one point, who I think, was that your first state game, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, our first tournament.
They were, the bunch of the girls came in here, and I mentioned that I have some connections to you girls, and they said, oh my goodness, they were unbelievable, and they said, I said, how do you feel about them going forward? What are their chances? And they said, we just really hope that they win because they deserve it, and they hope to win the North, and so there you go, wishes came true. What was that moment like, winning the D2 North?
It was huge because like that's the first time that a Danvers volleyball team has made it that far, or an NEC team has made it that far. So like it was a huge point for all of us.
Yeah. Did it ever feel real, Megan, or not real, or what was it like?
We sort of just took it as another game. Like, it obviously did have a lot riding on it because it's a final. Like, the final sort of adds tension to the game and makes it nerve-wracking. But our team just went into it confidently, and, like, you could just tell that we wanted it really bad, and it all played out like it should have.
What about when somebody's having, like, a bad day? And, Shayla, we can just keep running in order because I'm kind of liking the rhythm here. What's, like, when somebody's having, like, a bad day? Everybody has bad games, right?
Well, we have like this thing called power high fives, which are very fun, and it's when you get like a big like 2-hand up top high five,
Oh, I think I've
and
seen
you
that,
just
yeah.
look into the person's eyes and try not to laugh.
And I can imagine that doesn't work well with you girls.
No, but it gets rid of all of the nerves, and it like kind of like diminishes all the negative energy that's on the court.
Okay. We might ask for one of those by the time the day's over here. Lily's cracking up again. do you like the power high five over there, Lily?
Yeah. I think they work very well. I'll do them to everyone.
To everyone, good.
To everyone except
No power high five for the coach?
no.
Players thing? Okay, I get it. Can we discuss you're like the best setter in like the league or the conference or like the world, right? Like how did that become such a strength?
Well, I never knew I was best in the state. I still wouldn't really call it that, but
I did. It's okay. You didn't say it.
but I just do it for the team. And the thing is, like a lot of the records I'm getting are from assists.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I can never get assists without them hitting the ball. So it's also part of.
Oh, nice
them
job. You
too,
put it
not
on
just
them.
me.
I see. Yeah, but keeping it on you for a second. For those of you who don't know, the setter is like the person who sets up the ball and the person who tries to spike it down. And there's like a real art to it. Like if that's a bad set, maybe Coach, you could chime in on this a little bit. Like that derails a whole point and many times loses you a point, right?
Yeah.
A lot of pressure on the setter.
The setting position kind of works like a quarterback does.
Yeah.
Essentially, they're the person that really takes charge of the floor.
Yeah.
They're the person that's allocating where the sets are going, so they're really running the offense. So Lily led the state this year in assists, which is, I mean,
I didn't even know that. See, that's just me watching. I know
That's
these
it.
things. Yeah.
Not only the state, but she also broke school records this year as a junior in all-time assists and assists in a season.
Wow. Well, that's cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What was the so you win the D2 North? That was obviously exciting. Get all the pictures in the paper. Good pictures, by the way. So good. No, bad picture. Not happy with the pictures.
I had some not so flattering pictures.
Really?
Yeah.
It didn't stick out to me. I'm sorry.
Best
Then that's
volleyball
good.
picture ever, Kayla.
What was it?
I was blocking, and I looked very angry, like substantially angry.
Were you angry?
No, I
Oh.
was just kind of in the moment,
Okay.
and I think too much in the moment because like my mouth was open really wide. And it looked like I was screaming.
Well, okay, I'm gonna have to go back and find that picture. I think you didn't bring it with you, did you?
I don't think you have to. I don't think I got the block.
All right. Well, that's good. Then. Thank you for your honesty, Shayla. We appreciate that. So I heard there was a running joke about Carly's family, by the way. Can we discuss this, about the amount of family members in the crowd? I guess that's me included, so I can make fun of myself in that. But was that a true story?
I mean, I guess we could start with the cowbells from the first game.
Did we bring the cowbells? We did. Oh. I knew I had one. I didn't know we brought them.
Which were banned, so we had we had a good Hugh rule essentially moving forward in the tournament.
They kept taking the cowbell away from me. I was a little overusing the cowbell. So yeah, we were pretty loud. But actually, you guys had great support, like really great. How much does that like really lift you during a game?
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
100%.
Oh, there you go. Well, you got the whole family there. You should elaborate on that. Go ahead, talk about that.
Having support there is like huge, because when there's no energy on the floor, which is like probably the biggest factor for us in winning, because like when we have energy, like we're a great team. So having other sources of energy also helps, and knowing that people are there to support you is awesome.
Cool. Is that sometimes tough at like practice to get yourself going, and then that's where a coach comes in and has to fire you all up?
Yeah.
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 Do you have to do that a lot, Coach? Is this a group that needed that, or were they pretty
Usually they're pretty on point. With
self-starters?
With what's happening in the gym, they're usually pretty on point. But that's what we get paid the big bucks for, is a little bit of motivation sometimes.
Yeah. Who's the problem in the room? Who's the one that you had to stay on a lot? You can say it. It's Lily.
No
isn't
names.
it?
No names.
Lily? What's your problem?
Could you elaborate on that, Coach?
Oh, this is good. This is good. Truth moments. I like this. Yeah.
I don't think you want me to. No, honestly, we had the focus in the gym this year was definitely probably higher than it's ever been. As from a head coach perspective, they were definitely focused on being better every day, and that their energy is always like this. They're always happy to be with each other. But when it came time to be focused on what they needed to do to get done, honestly, they were really good about it this year.
You know, no, not just singling you out, Carly, because I know you very well, but I can imagine, Coach, this is not the easiest age group to coach. High school kids with a lot going on.
It's not.
I mean, you get school, you got, some have jobs, some
it's
do
everything.
other things.
It's everything. There's tears for many reasons in our gym, and sometimes there's tears for no reason. I've learned the hard way not to ask anymore. I just kind of push our way through it.
So you see tears and you run away?
Not really run away. I just kind of continue to talk like nothing's wrong, and just kind of see what happens. And
well, that doesn't seem like an easy job either.
No, I mean, they're really good to each other, and that's really what is in the forefront. So if there's an issue, they're turning to each other to fix it anyways. So I know as long as they're on the floor that it's nothing that serious, and they've already talked to somebody else on the team about it, and they can kind of push through themselves.
What's with all the tears, girls? What did we cry about this year?
Just so happy to be at practice.
There's happy tears, there's sad tears, there's tears just because we want to. At least every practice, someone's crying.
Not every practice.
Not every practice. I think we've all had that moment every year. Everyone has at least one moment where they just break down crying, but like they get through it, we push through it, and it all works out. Sometimes it's right before games, sometimes.
Look at me like that.
right before games. Are you going to cry, Carly? No. Well, that's interesting. I didn't realize it was such an emotional squad.
It's juggling like.
Let's grab that mic. There you go. Yeah.
It's juggling like sports, family, going to bed, getting homework done.
Yeah.
Being able to like function throughout, like, it's not just volleyball. You have to focus on grades too, and like it's just very stressful. And then like you come to the court and like these girls know right away if something's up, and they're the first people to be like, what happened? Like you obviously need to talk about it, and then it just makes you feel that much better because you know someone is going through the same thing and supporting you through it.
Carly, you've been nodding in agreement through every one of these answers.
Yeah.
What would you like to add to this?
So
I know.
we're just a very open team, and we're just very open with each other, like on like the court, and everybody knows everyone so like very well. So if you see someone that's having like a tough day, like everybody's gonna be asking you like, are you okay? Are you okay? And like the season, like we all love it. It's a lot though, but we all love it. So like sometimes it just gets to be too much, and then you realize that it's not that bad, and like you
All right.
digress.
So there's no secrets.
No.
The when when you talk about being a close-knit team, you're only juniors, which is kind of scary for everyone else, Coach. That's kind of a good setup for next year. I have a feeling they're going to be even more of a problem next year because, to keep these girls grounded. Yes, Shayla?
Lily just made a face.
Yeah.
What's it going to be like next year? Everybody's going to be gunning for you.
It's gonna be like the season.
Yeah. No, the off season, Shayla.
Well, okay. So I think it's gonna be challenging, but it's gonna be like I feel like we're gonna get closer as even as close as we are now. I feel like we're gonna get closer because I feel like we're gonna have we have a lot of competition in our league, so I feel like there's gonna be a lot of times where we need to push ourselves and push other people around us to do better.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's going to bring us closer.
Okay. I like that. Lily, that last few state tournament games especially, I'm sure you had some other tough environments too, but what was that like when you have a whole section of other fans that are rooting against you, really? It was kind of a wild atmosphere. Is that fun to play in? Is that kind of weird to play in? How would you describe that?
Yeah, we use it for motivation a lot. The semi-state game, we definitely use that for motivation since we didn't have the biggest fan section, but we definitely have the good Hughes in there. They make up most of it. But I use it for motivation. I know everyone around me uses it for motivation.
Yep. Are all you girls the same way?
Yeah.
Is it? You mentioned it's nerve-wracking, but it's got to be have you ever experienced anything like that? I can't imagine any youth sports you're playing in front of crowds like that. It's kind of the first time for all of you, right?
Yeah.
Were you all a mess at some point and trying to talk each other through this?
During many points, I couldn't even recognize that there was a crowd.
Step up just a little bit, Lily, for me. Thanks.
At some points, I wouldn't even be able to tell if there was a crowd because
you blocked it out? Wow.
Yeah, we're so focused on the game and what's going on at the court.
Wow. Well, that must be hard to do. Could you all do that?
Yeah.
Block everything out? Wow,
Yeah.
That's good. That must help you deal with the nerves. And then the Hokey Pokey comes in.
Yeah.
Coach, do you hear the yelling? There's a lot of yelling up there. There's you wouldn't believe the amount of officials up there, line judges, Coach. Ball was in.
Everybody becomes an expert at something. No, we talk a lot about it though. If you can really tune out what's happening
Yep.
anywhere outside of anybody that's wearing a Danvers Volleyball jersey, kind of changes the pace of the game. They showed nerves. We could talk about the first set at Burlington.
Yeah.
That was really the first game where we had a packed house in Danvers. It was a packed house. We had 4 full bleachers, standing room only. And in the beginning, the nerves kind of got the best of them. But once they really start to look in, they are really good about blocking out what's happening around them. They're not, and it's tough to, when you hear your parents' voice, no matter how many people are there, you always that's the first voice you always will hear.
Yeah.
But they did a really good job of tuning everybody out. And they just focused towards each other and what it was going to take point by point to win those matches.
And I've noticed on the sidelines, you will, if you have something to say, you will make your point known. But you're a pretty cool customer, I would say, as a head coach.
Sometimes
there have been moments.
There's moments. It makes it easier because they're this year especially, there's not a ton of yelling that has to come from me because the girls are so focused on each other and on the bench.
Yep.
Their eyes aren't anywhere else. Their ears aren't anywhere else. They're really just focusing on us, our coaching staff, and each other. As more importantly, just to try to find what's coming next. How do we make those small adjustments?
Yeah.
And especially in game, that's really tough to do when you're sitting in front of a crowd of 400 to 500 people like they did in Worcester.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know what you did in that Newburyport game, but the Newburyport girls were very complimentary of you. They said they have an unbelievable coach too, and I actually wasn't at that game, so I said I wonder what he did, and they wouldn't tell me. But what did you do in the Newburyport game? Why was it such a good coaching job? Do you remember? Anybody have an answer for that?
He just prepared us really well for what was coming. He knew how to get us to win. He knew what they had. We worked around it at practice, and he just set us up for success.
Does it help that? I know you girls all talk to yourself, but does it help when you have a coach who's very in control over there? If you're nervous, he'll settle you down, call timeouts at the right time, that sort of thing. Probably drives you crazy sometimes too, but.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
That's good. What was the moment this season when you knew you could make a run? Any of you can answer that. You're like, you know what? We might be the best team in our conference.
Well, like in our conference, we, just going into any game, we don't really worry about what's on the other side except like plan going into the game, but we like to focus on what's going on our side and how we can achieve success.
Was it even a game? Was it maybe a practice where you all looked at each other and said, we're really, really good?
Not really. Like every time like we won, like I wasn't getting surprised because I knew we had it in us, but like I still couldn't process like how far we were going because it was so crazy.
Yeah. What's the you two have a good chemistry, like Lily and Carly. Like you set Carly a lot. Carly like can jump through the ceiling, which is always fun to watch. Like how many that's not like just something you walk out at practice though and do. I mean, that's a lot of repetition, a lot of work. Like how many hours do you think you put into that during the course of the year? Is that every practice you're doing drills?
Yeah.
Really?
Like us three have been on the same club team, high school team for 3 years now. We see each other every day. We're just so used to each other. And even if I have like an Olympic outside, I'll probably still make better connections with Carly just because of like all the time we spend together.
Wow. All right. Well, that's cool. What's the biggest strength at practice for you girls? Is it just the ability of everybody to focus in and eliminate the distractions, or is it like who was the person that would step up and be like, we got to focus in here? It's a big practice. Was there one person? Go ahead.
Like probably the two seniors.
Yeah.
They really
people that are not here.
They really kept us in place this year.
Really?
Yeah, Gianna.
You can name drop, yeah.
Yeah, Gianna Durand is like she's definitely like the one that will like if you're out of place, like she'll put you in your place real fast. And then Maddie Montanari is like the sweeter one, but like if you're like I love Gianna, don't get me wrong. I love Gianna.
I know what you meant, yes.
She's yeah. Maddie's like the one that'll be like, it's okay, it's
like
okay. But then like
good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the did you learn like a lot from those captains? Like, because you're all going to be leaders next year as seniors. You probably were as juniors too, but when there's a lot more responsibility that comes with being senior leaders, do you learn a lot from them and kind of say those are real good strengths of captains?
Yeah, I think they brought our program back to where it should be.
Ooh.
They did a really good job this year.
That's a good answer. 5 titles, is that right? 5? That's a lot. How long is they had a program? When I was in high school there, I went to Danvers High. They did not have volleyball.
Do you guys know?
7 years?
7 years.
Yes, we've had a program for 7 years.
And
We've
5 titles.
5 consecutive NEC titles. We've won 64 consecutive games
Wow.
inside the Northeastern Conference.
Well, that's good.
It's just not bad. It's definitely not bad.
What do you realize, like at the younger levels now? Like, do you have a better, crop of kids coming up?
Yeah, so we're growing. So this is the first year that we've had girls at the middle school level participating in club, which is like the off season. Like most people are familiar with AAU type travel teams and stuff like that. So we have 4 girls between 7th and 8th grade at the Holton Richmond Middle School that are playing in the off season. We also have Lindsay Rescott, who's one of our assistant coaches and also a physical education and health teacher at the high school. She's running a middle school camp for us, and she has 24 kids at the 7th and 8th grade level that are with her once a week already. Wow. These are things that we've just never have. We don't really have a feeder program yet. We're one of the only schools in the area that doesn't have a freshman team. So the athlete pool at Danvers High School is small in number, not in skill.
Yeah.
But in comparison to the other schools that are around us, we're one of the smaller schools.
Wow. And it's 7 years too. I mean, I know for you girls that seems like it's probably been there forever, but it's real. That's nothing in the course of building these programs. Like your coach was saying, like how did you all start playing? I mean, because were you playing at young ages, or did you kind of pick it up along the way?
I think we all started our freshman year.
Yeah, we all started
literally freshman year in high school.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And here you are now. So how did you just all quick learners? I mean,
I think we just had great coaching along the way because I know in my experience,
lean in again, Lily. Sorry, I just don't want to miss any words there.
From my experience, I joined as a freshman, not knowing even like anything about volleyball, and then I met Coach Locke too, who is the JV coach, and she really she always says like after these games now as like a junior, she'll tell me you would never get to where you were if you didn't have me. Yeah.
Very nice. Shayla, how about you? Do you remember when you were like, you know what, I think I want to play volleyball?
Well, I think I started when I saw in like 8th grade when I saw Lily do one of those like clubs.
Yeah.
Or not like
clinics.
Yeah, like a skills and drills kind of clinic.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, that looks cool. But like I didn't go to Danvers my freshman year, so I had like not the same coaching. It still taught me like the good basics, but I feel like once I came to Danvers, it was more in depth and I could really better myself.
Yeah, interesting. Megan, what was the? It's a very like fun game to watch. I like I don't meet anybody there that's like is there and like not excited by it. It's action packed. It's back and forth. It can move quickly. A lot of your games moved very quickly. What's it like playing like that kind of sport that's like always moving, action packed, and kind of be over in a snap of a finger sometimes?
I've played many sports throughout my life, but volleyball is definitely, in my opinion, the most fun.
Yeah.
It just like it's always a surprise. It's always going. You never know when the point's gonna end. You play to a certain amount of points. Like it's unbelievable to play it. Like it's just, I don't know. It's like it's nothing like you've ever played before. It's learning a whole new game. It's a blast.
It is. Carly, I don't even remember, when did you start playing?
Freshman year.
Yeah, but like before, did you like hit around before that?
I went to one clinic over the summer before freshman year.
One clinic?
Yep.
This is unusual, right? To be sitting here as juniors after having people really just train for 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, in our area, this is pretty standard to what we get.
Yeah.
But when you go across the country, Midwest, down south,
What's the
West
deal?
Coast
Why
of
was this whole
California.
area so behind on volleyball?
It's just newer. I mean, it happened in lacrosse too. It's just, it's one of those sports that kind of trickled out to us last.
Yeah.
Men's volleyball is still growing around here as well.
And
It's
there's no men's team at Danvers, right?
none.
Yeah.
There's none. There's one NEC school that has men's volleyball. It's growing. It's just right now it isn't where it is compared to comparatively everywhere else across the country.
Are you hearing calls for that at all? I bet you are, but some guys that would...
It's coming.
It is, yeah.
Hopefully someday soon at Danvers High.
Yeah. You coach both teams?
Yeah, I actually coach the men's team right now in Lexington.
Oh, you do? I did not know that fun
do.
fact. Have you had similar success?
Fun fact. Actually, last year was my first year there.
Oh, okay.
I coach with Jane Bergen, who's the women's coach in Andover.
Interesting.
So we coached together in the spring. We coached the boys. We went 14-6 last year.
14 is, it's all right.
I know, not 20-0. Not 20-0
Ever thought of scrimmaging?
No. Men's and women's. It's honestly, it's a completely
Lily
different
Lily
game.
would like to chime in.
Lily, would you like to chime in?
Yeah, one of them came one practice, and he was working on his serving,
Yeah.
and we were working on serve receive. So we put everyone in serve receive, even our lovely middles. And
Lovely middles.
I'm not gonna name names, but Megan wasn't paying attention and got a ball right to the board.
Really? Are you okay, Megan?
Yeah, now I am.
It took a while.
It was the initial fact. I was a little mad just because I didn't know where it came from. I was like, oh, that's the ball to the head.
It's a pretty obvious feeling there, right?
That kid had a very strong serve. Very strong.
I like how we're not naming his name. Okay, that's good. Again, we're joined here by the Danvers Falcons volleyball squad, D2 North champs, Coach George Lavasser, Lily Eldridge, Shayla Sad, Megan Murphy, and Carly Goodhue. I got those all right? I have bad handwriting. It's terrible. Lily Doucette producing today. Tyler Neufeld on the TV side. Hello to everybody streaming at home as well. Most fun part about this year, you can't count the championship. Answer from all of you. Carly, you can go first.
Oh, I don't know. This is a hard one. We had a lot of fun times.
Anybody want to bail her out for a second?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I need to think.
Go ahead. Shayla wants it.
My personal favorite's team dinner.
Yeah. It tends to be the answer with the high school teams, actually. Yeah.
Well, because there's always really good food, and like when you're with like a bunch of people that like know how to like have fun, like eating food. I mean, like they can make any situation fun. So just sitting there and like being goofballs and just like, I don't know, you kind of have fun like outside of the sport. So it's like not as serious as if you were playing or at practice. So you just kind of hang out and eat food, really good food, and and you're just kind of like having fun.
There you go. Now I have to ask, who had the best team dinner?
Alexia.
No, Maxine.
No, Maxine.
This is controversial, by the way. It's not unanimous.
There's a freshman, Maxine. They had steaks. They were very, very good.
Very good.
What's Maxine's last name?
Lapine.
Lapine. Okay. So is that mom or dad who cooked? Do we know? Was it?
Her mom.
Her mom works at
Oh.
Smith and Walensky and
Well, there you go. Good job, Miss Lapine there. Excellent. Do you go to these things, Coach?
No, not team dinners.
No team dinners?
No.
All right.
Hours in the gym are enough for me. Give them their alone time.
There you go. All right. So that's your answer. Who's got the next one?
Personally, the bus rides are fun.
Bus rides, yeah.
There's only like a select few of people who know how to sing on the team, so it's kind of fun hearing everyone sing.
A very small select.
Who are the singers? Are they any in this room?
Carly and Maddie.
What? Really? This is good to know, Carly. We'll address this more later. Sorry,
I'm
Lily,
more
keep
of a
going.
rapper.
More of a rapper.
I'm more of a rapper on the bus. Yeah, but we usually throughout the years I've noticed like we always have a certain like we have some songs that like just go with the season.
All right, you stole one of the answers that I knew was coming. It's usually music follows the food thing, but go ahead.
One thing that I'll never forget, and it was a lot of fun, is we went to the unified basketball game at Danvers High, and then we had a couple hours before practice, and we went to the Beverly Airport. We parked our cars that we were in. We all carpooled within 2 cars, and we blasted music while it was pouring rain and danced in the parking lot.
Wow, that's a good memory.
Yeah, it was a lot of
These
fun.
are good answers so far. Now the pressure's all back on you, Carly.
Okay, I think honestly one of my best memories was Bodeborg. So we took like a day and we did Bodeborg, and it's like this place where you just do like a bunch of rooms, and it's like a ton of fun. And we're a very competitive team. Like we don't like none of us like losing.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun. Even coach plays.
Okay. What is this? I don't think I know what this is.
It's like a place with a bunch of rooms that you have to like, escape rooms essentially, and you have to get through it.
Okay, I was not picturing that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that. So that seems that's intense.
Mm-hmm.
Rapper?
I am.
You are.
I am
Okay.
on the bus.
Okay.
I am.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, I think this might come up.
Yeah, it might. I'm. Yeah.
What are we rapping to?
So I have this song that I have to do it before and after every game. It's called "Low" by T-Pain.
Every game?
In Flow Rida, yeah.
Every game.
Every game.
Okay.
And no one else knows the words, so
Sweet.
everybody's just like, "Ay, ay, ay." So.
It's
yeah.
a solo.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Let's make a note of this for Thursday. Okay. And who else can sing?
Maddie, yeah.
Maddie.
Montanari.
Okay. So that's fun.
And Hannah Golden.
Oh, Hannah Golden.
All right, unanimous on that one. What's the what is the music like? What's the pump up bus ride music like? We get wild answers on this, by the way. There's like no wrong. Well, actually, there are a few wrong answers, but we've had like every answer in the world, so you don't have to be embarrassed. What's the pregame music?
Okay, we got "Low," then we got "Pocket Full of Sunshine."
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Coach is agreeing. Yeah, it's all there.
What else do we have?
Talking to them.
Talking. Sometimes we get a little like
Emo.
sad. Yeah.
We usually play our best when we play sad.
Yeah.
You play your best when you play sad music. Is that what you said?
Oh,
Year 3000 by the Jonas Brothers.
Lily found some great Christmas remixes.
It was Soulja Boy and Mariah Carey.
Microphone. Wait for the microphone. Do it again.
It was a mix between Soulja Boy and Mariah Carey.
Together.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was awesome.
Okay. And wait, what month were we playing that in?
October.
August.
Probably.
Never too early for Christmas music. More appropriate now. All right, so those are some good answers. Did somebody say you got sad? Who said that? You play sad music? You said that. What, sad music before a game? That doesn't seem...
We normally play we're just I don't know. We like sing together. I think that's what helps. We sing the sad music together. We're not actually sad. It's just like
Good music.
yeah.
What are the sad songs?
Like "Talking to the Moon" by like Bruno Mars, and then
It Will Rain by Bruno Mars.
yeah, a lot of Bruno Mars in there.
That must really mess with like opponents when you get off the bus singing like a real tearjerker. Who are we playing? It's very strange. All right, Lily, interesting. What have we had for song choices so far? Can you remember? Who's the Maddie Rogers? Somebody said that was an interesting one. Is Maddie Rogers? Maggie Rogers.
I think it's Nora, but it's Maggie Rogers.
Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, that's right. That is her. That was a big one. But we have had all sorts of song answers. It's very, very unique. What's the? Do you go into the you don't go into the locker room for halftime, right? Or do you? So there's no music there. It's all coach. Have you had to? Was there one like memorable halftime speech this year where you were like, that was my moment?
Boy.
It's not really halftime either. It's more just like a timeout in the middle of the game, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they get more out of timeouts when they take them on their own.
Yeah.
So I'll do it pretty frequently, and a lot of people don't understand it. When I'll take a timeout and I'll leave the kids on the court to be on their own, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's really their game and it's their mentality, and they're the ones that take ownership and pride of what they're doing. So a lot of it came from Gianna and Maddie that we talked about earlier,
Yep.
being the ones that kind of pull up the intensity on the floor. So
Interesting. Well, who's the was there like a spark plug that you had off like the bench? Like, you know, in basketball, like sometimes you have your starters and they're just not getting it done. Like, this is the get the energy up, get in there. That person.
yeah, honestly, I mean, Hannah Golden definitely
Yeah.
Hannah.
is the one that kind of maintains that energy level. I don't know how she does it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
From start to finish, and I mean start when we're getting on the bus until finish when we're pulling back into the parking lot during away games.
Yeah.
But definitely Hannah Golden is the hype on our team.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's interesting. What do you girls do for like fun? Is there moments where you just like have to be done with practice and do something else, different hobby? Like, what are the hobbies of the team?
Eating.
Yeah.
Eating.
Very.
We're always.
None of you even
concerned.
smiled at that. You all just said eating with very straight
norm.
faces.
Hot yoga is very big.
Okay.
A lot of us are like avid hot yoga people. Me and Lily recently, but Hannah Golden, she influenced us. She's very good.
Okay. And excuse my not knowing this, but what exactly is hot yoga again? I know it's yoga.
It's yoga, but the
but,
room is at like 100 degrees, so it's
Oh yeah,
very
doesn't-
sweaty.
So it literally is hot yoga. That doesn't seem fun to me.
It's actually really relaxing because like the first like 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes, you kind of like sleep and it smells like essential oils.
Really, I noticed only 3 of you were doing that. Did you try to get the rest of the team, and they were all like, "You're on your own"?
They tried.
Kind
They
of.
tried. Okay. Well, that's an interesting hobby. Any other ones?
They're really good about supporting other teams at the high school.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
In terms of like, especially field hockey, girls soccer, football, obviously one of the bigger ones, but we talk about girls supporting girls a lot.
Yeah.
And at this age and at this level, it's really important. And the teams at the high school are so good about supporting each other.
Yeah, that's like what was it? I think that I saw the football team come in for your last game, and like they had like a 2:00 game or something, or
Yeah.
noontime game or something.
So they were really good. Coach Nolan, who's the head coach of the football team, took one of their buses from the Concord Carlisle game, and instead of bringing them back to Danvers High School, turned it around.
Wow.
And with Coach Amy Waldron, who's the cheerleading coach, brought the bus from Concord Carlisle directly to Worcester State to watch that
Oh,
final.
how cool is that? That must have been awesome for you girls. Do you even notice that? Are you locked in at that point, or?
We knew going into like on the bus, we found out that they were coming because they were like
Oh, yeah.
surprised we're coming, like they weren't gonna make it. And we have a lot of close friends and
Yeah.
that are on the team, and a lot of them, everyone supports everyone at the high school. Like, it's just an amazing atmosphere to play a sport at the high school, and you just hear it in the hallways, you hear it in classes, but like when you see them come and support you, especially at a game like that, it's just like really nice to like
I can
have that
imagine.
support.
What's it like with, because you're all juniors? I can imagine being a freshman and being like little intimidated by all of you. Like such a close knit group. Like I'm coming up here just out of middle school. Like where do I fit in on this team? Like do you try as a group to make it easy on the freshmen, or do they have to find their way? How does this work? They have to earn it with a dance move or something? What do
I
they?
guess people don't find us that intimidating. Like the freshmen coming up don't find us that intimidating.
As it turns out, they don't find us
they don't find
intimidating.
us that intimidating.
Are you sure though?
We, going into the summer, we have like these workouts that we do with Coach
yeah.
Yvette. She's amazing. She kills us over
Yeah,
the summer,
but
but
it's
it
awesome.
works. We were in the best shape we've ever been in, and we invite the incoming freshmen to come. Anyone that's interested in volleyball, anyone that might want to play, we can let them come in, and we just like welcome them in. It's just like one big family, so it's not like, oh, you're a freshman. Like, it's like, oh, you're a part of the program.
Oh, so that you think that's the key?
Yeah.
Foot in the door already. All right, ready for rapid fire?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Lily, we'll start with Lily. She got too excited on that one. All right, so the rule is you can't hesitate. I have no way of penalizing you, but you have to just like,
You have to walk home.
Yeah, there you go. You have to just first thing that comes to your mind. Ready?
Maybe.
I don't think we've had somebody say no before. All right, favorite TV show,
That 70s show.
favorite movie,
Hercules? I've actually never seen that movie.
First time ever. A movie that she's never seen. I don't know how to get over that one. Why would you say Hercules?
It was rapid fire. First thing that came to my head.
That is unbelievable. Hercules. Like what Hercules? Like the
Disney movie?
like, okay. Lily, we're going to come back to you, I think. Lily, let's go to you. I mean, Sheila, let's go to you. Can't get over that one. Favorite food?
Brownies.
Favorite sport other than volleyball?
Skiing.
Ooh, why skiing? I have to ask the follow-up.
Well, I'm a ski instructor, and I've been skiing since I was 3.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
All right, favorite TV show?
Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Coach agrees. Is that your favorite TV show?
That's a good choice.
Thank you.
Didn't see that one coming. favorite movie?
The Blind Side.
Ooh, good movie. That keeps coming up a lot, actually. The Blind Side comes up a lot. All right, we're moving on. You can go more.
I'm not good at this. Okay.
You're not good?
I gotta focus.
We'll
We're
start
good.
easy. Favorite class?
Science.
Favorite teacher?
No pressure.
My 6th grade teacher, English teacher, Miss Ade.
Miss who?
She was my 6th grade English
I
teacher.
know. I was just thinking if I knew her. Keep in mind.
Oh, Miss Ade.
Miss Ade. No.
She's older.
There's a lot of different teachers there now, though. But I guess I'm just getting older. All right, so we did. That's favorite TV show.
I love Criminal Minds too.
What? Really? Is that? Are they still making Criminal Minds?
I think
Are these all in
I haven't finished
syndication?
it yet.
Not that there's anything wrong
they're
with
on
that.
season 15. And
15,
I
okay.
gotta say, I don't really like season 15.
Season 15's a little weak. Okay.
So
Interesting.
I'm not that caught up with the newer episodes, but yeah, your turn.
Sorry. One more for you. Favorite musician?
Ooh, I love Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. Carly, favorite musician?
Ariana Grande. I don't know.
You sure about that? He said, I don't know at the end of your
Yeah,
answer.
I guess.
It's close. All right. Favorite movie?
I'm bad at this.
Hercules?
I actually really do like Hercules. I've watched it a lot.
What? All right. Do you have a favorite movie yet, Lily? We'll come back to Carly.
I was thinking about
Like one that you've actually seen would be better.
I was thinking about it. I like a lot of Disney movies.
Did
I've
you just get
watched-
Disney Plus or something? Is that what happened?
No, but I've watched Princess and the Frog 3 times last week when I was studying for a chem test.
Is that how'd you do on the test?
I actually took it today, and I didn't fill out a whole section. But I will hopefully get 1/3 of the points back in test correction.
Did you run out of time?
Yes.
You ran out of time. There you go, kids. Don't watch the movies when you're studying for the chem test. Just kidding, Lily. I'm sure you did great. Back to Carly.
Okay.
Favorite sport to play other than volleyball?
Gymnastics.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Did that help you in volleyball?
Yeah, I think that's why I can jump like
Yeah,
pretty high.
that's right. Okay, so how about the, what did we do with you? Did we do favorite TV show with you? You go for it.
Friends.
Friends. Very common answer. Very common.
One of my favorites.
How about other sports you girls play? I know what Carly's done.
I played basketball since 6th grade up until this year. I stopped playing. I'm going to focus on volleyball because Carly, Lily, and I play on a national team.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's all three of you? I didn't realize all three of you did.
Yeah.
Interesting. Favorite sibling, favorite relative, by the way?
You.
Good answer. Yeah, no, just kidding. Sports? Other sports?
Oh, well, I skied. I played softball, but not in high school. And that's about it.
Ski instructor, that's serious. Good job. Little side pay?
Sometimes the children are very young and they don't really have enough limb control to
Limb control. Is that the professional term for it? Yeah. Okay.
to stand up.
Yeah.
Never mind stand up on skis.
Okay.
So
I play softball. I pitch.
You pitch.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Limb control. Coaching's tough, isn't it?
Not body control.
yeah.
So, how good of a skier are you? That's interesting to me.
Well, I'm not bad. I wouldn't say I'm bad because I've been skiing for a long time.
Are you like a fast? Can you race?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
raced for a couple years and
That's like scary to me.
It hurts when you fall.
Yes, I would think so.
Really bad. I actually broke my leg doing that. So.
And that was one of those moments where it hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't that fun.
All right. Well, that's like. Anybody ever ask you on the team to do lessons? You could probably give like free lessons.
They could. I just didn't tell them about that.
Are they just learning that you're a ski instructor?
Yeah.
No.
I've gone skiing with her.
Yeah, she goes with me.
I think you do team ski trip.
I can't get that many free tickets.
I see what you're doing. You're asking for free tickets, and we can't do that. All right. Here we go. We're going to turn it into more fun conversation. Thanksgiving. Favorite part of Thanksgiving. Let's do meal first. Favorite part of the Thanksgiving meal first. How do you want to do it? You can start with Carly and go away, or?
I'm a big fan of mashed potatoes and stuffing. Oh my god, I love them.
Old reliables.
Yep.
The dessert is my favorite part. My family makes great dessert.
Pies or
Cookies.
cookies.
And
Chocolate chip.
brownies. Yep.
Yeah, that's.
My Thanksgiving food is really odd. It's called knife, and it's
Some weird stuff coming out of the back row today.
I'm sorry. So like we have like kind of like a two Thanksgiving kind of situation.
Yeah.
So we have like our like more American one and then our Arabic one, Lebanese one.
Okay.
And knife is like a little cheese dessert, and it's really good.
Interesting.
Yes.
All right.
My sister makes some pretty bomb squash, but she puts like marshmallows on top, and it's a great combo if you haven't
Marshmallows on squash?
tried. Yes,
That sounds terrible.
It's so good.
It is? How?
you gotta try it.
Okay. Bring some to Thursday. Interesting.
I'll bring them some Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
I'm
Christmas
invited
Eve.
again.
There you go. Do you host a Christmas Eve party?
No, do you remember last year?
Christmas Eve? Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh hey. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That was fun. The holidays. Coach, favorite part of Thanksgiving?
I'm
Meal-
with
the
Murph.
meal.
It's got to be dessert.
Dessert. Pies or
All dessert.
all dessert?
I just don't like
I don't
cooked
judge.
fruit. That's my thing.
Oh. Allergic?
I have a thing against like warm fruit.
But
Oh, like
Sarah's
inside.
Sarah's cousin. I mean, Carly's cousin, my wife Sarah. Get that right. She has to have her fruit cooked. She's allergic.
Oh, well
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what would happen if she did.
I can tell you
Have you
what
seen that
happened.
before?
I haven't.
I think she's grown out of whatever used to happen.
Let's not find out.
Yeah.
We still cook it. Favorite part about this time of year in general, going into the holidays, volleyball's over, you're all free.
I just love the holidays. We just get to I get to spend a lot of time with my family.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
Is it nice to have a break, Megan?
Yeah, it's nice. We go right into the club season, especially this year, but
Yeah.
it's nice to have a couple days off, and especially the holidays. Like, my brother just went to college this year, and it's nice that he's coming home. Like, he's coming
Aw.
home tomorrow night, and I'm just really excited to see him.
You
And
miss your brother? That's sweet.
a little bit.
Shayla?
I get to see all my like relatives from all over the globe, so it's fun.
Yep. Where are they coming from?
There's a lot of places.
Wow.
Lebanon, Colombia. Well, some from Western Mass, but that's not really.
I like how that was third on the list. Columbia, Springfield.
Paris, just like every continent except for Antarctica.
Is interesting.
Australia?
No, not that one.
Just don't know what we're getting out of the back row. Very good. Lily?
I love spending time with the family, but I also love doing like the very Christmassy things. I like going Black Friday shopping,
Yep.
mostly for people watching though.
Are you going to give your Christmas list right now? No, you do. I know you don't have to do that.
New sneakers.
You want new sneakers? Do you have? Are they volleyball sneakers? You wear running sneakers. What do you wear for the specific volleyball sneakers?
Yeah,
There are. How many pairs do you have?
I think 4.
4. Do you rotate or do you have favorites?
They're all from eras. Like the
Yeah.
black one's freshman year.
Errors.
Okay. You have one from freshman year, one from sophomore year,
Yeah.
one from
We have. I remember the black. What do you call them? Oasis.
A6.
A6.
That's what we're talking about.
That was. Those. They were definitely.
What's the story from this year that like you told me like your favorite moments? But what's like the one that you're gonna like be laughing about 30 years down the road, like the goofball moment, the one where somebody made a fool of themselves, something like that.
I will always remember the time where the other team overpassed the ball.
Who's the other team?
Other team?
Yeah, who
I
was
have
it?
no idea who we were
I
playing.
think it was no.
Andover. It was Andover.
It wasn't Andover.
Oh
think
no,
it
no, it was
Salem.
Salem.
Salem, yeah. And sometimes you should either be smart and like tip the ball somewhere where they're
Yeah.
not. But I took my opportunity to get my kills up and decided to take a whole swing at this ball, and I ended up knocking myself off my feet and falling over.
Oh, well done. Nicely done. Limb control, right?
Yep.
That's what. It's a lack of limb control right there.
Can you come back to me?
Sure. Absolutely. Trying to figure out the whole continents thing back there.
Probably funniest thing for me was getting nailed in the head, and then
Yeah.
Lily escorting me to the other side of the curtain.
Was there blood?
Nope,
Oh, okay. That's
just a headache.
good. Just and a little embarrassment, maybe.
A lot of
A lot of
embarrassment.
embarrassment. Well, that's good. See, you're talking about it, so you're handling it well. Carly, you got one? Favorite goofball moment of the year?
Probably like one of the, I don't know if it was like the funniest, because like I think Lily might have taken that one.
Yeah.
But I remember at the beginning of the year, Hannah Golden thought you could drive with your van doors open. She has a van.
A car. Oh.
Yeah.
Like a
okay.
minivan.
She has like a minivan, and she was like, "Yeah, it's illegal to drive with your doors open."
It was legal.
No, she said it was yeah, that's what I said, legal.
She said illegal.
She said it was legal. Okay. And we need to continue with this because I need to know how this ends.
And
Not well.
no, and she ended up like looking it up, and it actually was illegal.
And she, yeah,
I never-
because
yeah,
it is.
it is, yeah.
She was shocked by this.
She was shocked. She genuinely believed that you could drive with your van doors open.
Who told her that as a bad like joke someday?
I don't know. She said she looked it up too, and she said that it was legal. I don't know.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
That must have been an interesting reaction when you all heard that.
Yeah,
It ended up being the name of our group chat with Coach.
yeah. Van doors open.
Van Doors Open. It's like a good band name.
Maybe we can start a band.
And the Van Doors
And then
she now
when we
closed.
lost, they're closed.
Just for the winter.
I see. Okay. So it's metaphorically speaking and all that stuff. That's very interesting. She and how old is Hannah?
She's a junior.
She's a junior. Okay. So maybe we should take the keys away from her for a little bit. Just kidding. I'm sure she's a fine driver. Coach, as you look ahead to next year, what's the? I mean, it must be cool to have a program like this going, where you're starting to see it building, through these kids. But what's it going to be like? Are you already thinking like it doesn't get any better than this with a group like this?
Yeah, I mean, this year was definitely about living in the moment a little bit.
Yeah.
It was definitely one day at a time, all the way through the end of the season. But I mean, Gianna and Maddie, they're going to be really tough holes to fill in our roster.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just what they did on the court, but what they also brought off the court. So we have, I mean, a pretty core group of those kids coming back, though.
Yeah.
And after this year getting as far as they did, once you get a taste of that, you definitely don't want to falter and end up somewhere else. So
Yeah.
I think they'll come in hungrier and they'll be ready to get back to where they were this year.
What was the feeling after? Because I mean, I know you all probably don't love talking about nobody likes talking about the final game of the season, but I mean, it really was such a great game. I mean, it was. I think everybody left there saying like the game could have went either way, and you probably if you would have won that game, I think you probably could have said that about the other team too. What's it like playing in that kind of game where like it was all left out there and it's a little bit short, which is too bad, but what's that feeling like at the end? Is dejection and then quickly recover, or does it take days, weeks?
I mean, we were all really sad, obviously, because like we made it that far, and like obviously we wanted to
Yeah.
win, but we were all really proud. Like we honestly we made history this year. Like we really did, and we were all really proud of each other. It was really, I think it was honestly we lost, but like it was still a great season.
It's a good answer.
Initially, I know the majority of our team was in tears on the court. It was it stung more than it hurt long term. It was more in the moment.
Yeah.
But after we got back on the bus and we realized that like we made it as far as we could, no matter what the season was going to end that day. And Coach came to the back of the bus and he's like, you can do two things with this bus ride. You can all sit here and cry, or you can enjoy your last bus ride together. And we ended up using Aunt Me because my speaker died. So we made the best of it. And honestly, I think it made us want to do good and work hard in the
Yeah.
off season to make next year just as successful.
Shayla?
Well, at first it was I was in shock, so I didn't really register it. But then, like, a couple moments went by, and I was like, I was sad, but I was really proud to be a part of a team like the one I'm on.
Yeah. Lily, you still back there?
Like, if I ever remember this season, I'm not going to, like, remember that game we played and we lost, but I know I'm going to take out of the season, like, all the memories and how, like, great of a season it was with all these girls.
Not an easy moment for a coach there. I'm not jumping on that bus after a game like that, Coach. What's going through your mind? That's probably the toughest moment for a coach, I think.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, and going into that game, honestly, every day, every game that we had won before that, the first game against Newburyport,
yeah, it
was, hey, every day from here on out is just a bonus day. And that's really the way that we tried to look at it as a program. And it honestly led us for an extra 2.5 weeks that, hey, you guys want to come back here tomorrow and practice together? Because you can tell just from these 4, but having the 13 of them on our tournament roster that were left in that gym, this is how they all are.
Yeah.
It was all about having fun. I mean, the best way to explain it is, and I guess I have to give kudos to Chuck, who started this. The custodial staff at Danvers High takes such good care of these kids. There was a changeover, and something was in the gym before us, and one of the custodians came in, and he said we weren't allowed to practice because he wanted to sweep the floor because everything had to be top-notch. And the girls turned on their music, and he started dancing. And that's where the dance party originated.
Really? Yeah.
Was from Chuck. But every game leading up, the morning of the state final, there were parents, there were family members, there were nieces, nephews, little brothers and sisters, cousins, friends, and
legit organized dance parties.
Organized dance party. We probably had about 100 people in our gym before we got on that bus going to Canton. So at the end of the game, it was tough, but it was just more about remembering, hey, this is how far you've come. This is what your potential is, and you've really pushed yourself to the max this year, and nobody should drop their head.
Enjoy it. It must be, for you girls, it must be fun talking to, like, younger kids who are thinking about playing volleyball. Like, we do dance parties, we win. Like, there's,
and we eat.
We have fun. We have, dinner parties. We have, I think you all seem like best friends. So it's like, it must be kind of a fun environment to step into as a young middle schoolers, I'm sure, are thinking about it pretty consistently if they like the game.
Yeah.
It's an appealing group, right?
Yeah.
What's the final thought here? Maybe 30 seconds left. What is your one advice to the middle schooler or like the 5th grader who's like goes to your games and wants to be in your shoes someday?
Just work really hard. I think that's not really all I can say. If you work hard, you can get to where you want to be.
Practice.
Find something you love, and then working hard won't seem like a chore. It's more like for a successful season.
Always put in 110% and have fun while you do it.
Continue doing something you love.
Wait a minute. I've heard this before. Reading a cue card back there? Look, it's fine. That can be yours too. It's a perfectly fine answer. Well, Coach Girls, congratulations on a great season. I know I had a pleasure going to see your games. They were very fun to watch. Never mind the ones in the state tournament; those were a blast. But what an unbelievable season, and I'm glad some people in this neck of the woods got to see you. You beat a lot of those teams anyway, so I can see you on camera now, which is nice. But congratulations on a great year. Happy holidays to everybody.
Thanks for having us, Drew.
Anybody traveling? Who's traveling?
She's going to Columbia.
You're going to Columbia?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I missed that part. I'm sorry.
I didn't say that part.
You didn't say that part. Okay. You're going to Columbia.
Yeah. Welcome to my life.
Yeah. Well, have fun and safe travels.
Thank you.
Tell everybody I said hello.
I will.
They get to see the games at all? Do they stream?
No.
No? Do you have tapes?
Yeah,
You should bring tapes.
maybe.
Okay. That could be your Christmas gift to everybody. No?
Okay.
All right. Carly Goodhue, Megan Murphy, Shayla Saad, Lily Eldridge, Coach George Levasseur, the Danvers Falcons D2 North champions volleyball. Very fun team to watch this year, and Coach gets all these girls back next year, so oh wow.
Stay tuned.
That'll be fun. Everybody, we will see you, not Thursday, we're off. We'll see you next week. Be back with a whole new edition, a couple shows next week. Big thanks, Lily Doucette, Tyler Neufeld, Sarah Hayden, Caleb Noble, and everybody else. We could have a big crowd today, so thank you to everybody back there. We will see you next week. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. My name is Drew Moholland. This has been Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio.